In the Public Safety Committee, we heard a lot from our law enforcement professionals, first responders, about the need for increased recruitment and retention. We heard that they're struggling with mental health, they're struggling with morale, and we can try to address that with an appropriation. We can try to address that with some legislative solution to try to ease that. But nothing will fix it if things like this, the Trooper Londergreen case, continue, because it wipes it all away. It's a sad state of affairs when I'm standing here and advocating that the Attorney General's office take a case that involves a law enforcement officer. I definitely wouldn't have believed that I'd have done that a couple years back, but here I am. And that's because it's very clear that Mary Moriarty and her administration is more focused and engaged on activism than they are justice. Even with a simple Google search, you got a couple of news articles here that pop up, and there's pages upon pages of them. April 5th, 2023, County Attorney Mary Moriarty gives juvenile detention to convicted second-degree murderers. A.G. Ellison steps in to say that this plea was too lenient. Well, and then County Attorney Mary Moriarty plays the victim, ironically, and says that A.G. Ellison is acting against democracy. September 30th, in the Star Tribune, Sharice Barnett listened in disbelief as Hennepin County Attorney Mary Moriarty explained that a teenager charged in her son's murder would be spared prison. Barnett echoes a group of crime victim families who say that they feel re-traumatized by her office's actions. KSTP, October 11th. This is just in the span of a couple months, guys. Antonio Moore was stabbed to death 5 months ago in Brooklyn Center, and Demetrius Harris was initially charged with second-degree murder. Harris recently accepted a plea deal from Mary Moriarty's office, pleading guilty to second-degree manslaughter, which likely only carries a sentence of 4 years. But then he got a police officer who does their job. All of a sudden, Mary Moriarty remembers that she wants to prosecute. This is so simple, guys. So simple. Reject the activism that's going on in our prosecutors' offices. Reject it wholeheartedly. You don't have to embrace it. You can stand up for justice. You can stand up for the folks that we, as a body, I know Representative Woody brings this up a lot, we remember our police officers on the days where there's vigils and funerals, but none of the other days. Show up today. Show up today for them. I remember last summer or 2 summers ago, I was canvassing the streets in Lino Lakes, and I had met an officer, a former officer, and he had told me a story that I think I'll remember for forever. He had said he had just gotten done pulling a 5-year-old out of a lake, a drowned victim, and he had attempted to resuscitate this drowned victim. And after 10 minutes, there was no avail. And then he got in his squad car, drove off, and people were throwing rocks at his squad, flipping him off and calling him a pig. After he just tried to help somebody. This is what we're dealing with. This is what our law enforcement officers are dealing with. And now they have an activist, rogue prosecutor that's going to go after them simply for doing their job. Because you get a couple headlines for it. It's sad, it's disturbing, it needs to stop. And today, with a green vote on this amendment, we can put an end to it. Thank you.